Rich history can be found all around Fort Wayne. The stories behind the places help make the city what it is today.
A property off North Wells Street has helped shape Greater Fort Wayne into a community that cares for one another. Wayne 15's Brianne Boswell has the story.
In 1886, A.M. Strauss and Associates Incorporated broke ground on the first building of the St. Vincent's Orphan Asylum.
If you have an A.M. Strauss building, you have something quite wonderful.
Strauss is responsible for other historical landmarks in Fort Wayne, such as the Embassy and Clyde Theaters and Lincoln Tower. This property, though, was something special. The main building on campus burnt down in 1932, and a new one was rebuilt, along with additional cottages to house orphans. The name was also changed to St. Vincent Villas, to instead consider it a second home.
This building was founded to stretch people's understanding of how orphans were cared for.
They build it to say all life is important. Children at risk are important. And we still feel the same way, 140 years later, that all life is important.
Over 300 feet of tunnels are below ground connecting these buildings together. Nuns and orphans would use them to travel across campus when the weather was bad outside.
Okay, we're going in the tunnels.
We'd always go down there to escape from the nuns. Well, if they were hunting for us and so on, they said, well, he's down in the basement, and they would come down there and try to find us. Of course, the other side of the story is we turned all the lights off or unscrewed the bulbs, so it didn't do them any good. We used to raid the nuns' rooms where they store their beer and stuff like that, because they did drink beer.
24 boys or girls lived in each floor of the cottages and was given a cubby to store all that they owned.
Each kid had one of those boxes there, and you could store your treasures, that whatever you had out there. And of course, most of the time, our treasures consist of stuff at Christmas time we would stick into there.
The orphanage for some orphans was the best thing that could have happened to them, and they're thankful and grateful for the time that they spent here.
I had a different attitude than what most people did out there. My mother had died, and my father, he couldn't take care of us, so we ended up out there at the villa. I always felt that we had it better out there than I did if I was home or someplace else.
Headwaters Church purchased the property in February 2019 and is committed to restoring the campus back to the original condition.
They have a story to tell from a different era, and we wanted to honor that. And so this chapel, we had a photograph of this room from 1953 that we used as we restored the room.
There's so many unique and different components to this property.
It doesn't stop.
From tiles.
And these little tiles, we're told, were handmade in Italy.
One of them is worth
up to $1,000, just these little squares.
2 doors.
We have been collecting and repurposing doors all over campus. Here's 2 doors that we found on campus. We piled them up and we repurposed them.
Headwaters Church is thankful to own this property and has big plans on how they are looking to serve Greater Fort Wayne.
I've described it as a hub of Christian compassion for Fort Wayne. And could we consolidate a bunch of ministries here to just say, we care about you and we want to show Christ's love to you.
In Fort Wayne, Brianne Boswell, Wayne 15 News.